Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Game It Out, and welcome back to Meeple Station. We're slowly but surely doing all the things we need to do to grow our space station. The big one, of course, is research, and we're trying to build up to this quantum drive, which I'm coming to realize is, I think, a lot more moving parts than I had originally thought, but we're going to continue on towards that goal. We also constantly have to be thinking about expansion. That includes new meeples coming in and out of the station. For example, look, there's a new meeple right now. Bloyha, sociable, slovenly, timid, weak, genius, and clean. I hate to shoehorn you into the janitor role, but we have a lot of janitors, but we're gonna upgrade some of these janitors to officer roles soon. So remember when CEOs talked about how they became CEOs by first being the janitor and then they saw their first promotion to CEO or like president? I'm gonna actually try to make these rooms a tiny bit smaller. So let's go ahead. We're on the very edge of the map, so we're gonna awkwardly put this other room right here. And because they're the junior officer, they get the crappiest little room. Research continues well on the fuel processors. As soon as this thing is done, we're jumping right over to the quantum engines. Kind of looking at my minerals here, trying to figure out what kind of stuff we should have slotted away. There's always things we can be making. Another new meeple, eh? Shugogia. Shugogia? Antisocial, steadfast, confident, fragile, anorexic, and forgetful. Well, there's a job for everybody here. Minor it is. Grab yourself a cola and get to work. And put that bed right there. Oh, facing the wrong direction. Nah, fuck it, let's leave it. It's like the most passive-aggressive thing to do to a junior officer, like, here's your crappy bed, you can't turn around. We almost didn't put a bulkhead either. I like how this officer right here is just sleeping and there's all this activity coming through. NBD. Okay, now that we have our 3 beds built here, let's recruit some new officers. Let's see, chief engineer. Let's look at our pool of janitors here. So She-Block is not particularly happy. Let's be honest, the only thing I want from an officer is that they're not antisocial. Forthcoming? Mava. Yeah, I see also that you're distracted and violent. It's probably best to not equip a violent meeple with a weapon. Yeah, you know what? Let's just roll the dice, see what happens. So that's one role filled. Chief of Science, let's take a look-see. Flowy Pie? It's so funny, Flowy Pie. I was thinking of giving it to you, but you seem happy now. What about you, NaCl? Nah. Saxoa? I think that you have it in you to be an officer. Let's do it, Saxoa. Boom, Saxoa is now the Chief of Science. And now for Chief of Security. Let's see if we can find someone nice and violent. Plummy, you're perfect. Look at that, gregarious, confident, fit, chatterbox. I know you're slovenly, but whatever. I mean, what really are you gonna do as Chief of Security? And now let's go ahead and assign quarters to you all. Saxoa, you get the one right there. Plummy, you get the one in the back. And Mava, you get the crappy quarters. I figure you can handle the backwards bed. Well, that feels like a task that took forever, and that's good to have it done with. Fuel processor's still doing well, despite the fact no one is researching right now. What are you guys? What are you doing? Something I forgot to do is with all of those crew reassignments, let's make sure everyone is still covered. So we only have 3 janitors now. We're gonna have to really fix that up. I'm sorry to do this to you, Zoropolo, but I need janitors, and you're good enough. Oh boy. We've got some more pirates here. We're gonna turn to our botanists and turn them into guards and make them the disposable units by which they will protect our space station. I love the idea that this dude down here was just like, well, I was doing some botany stuff, but it's time to go kill. Shoot him. Good, 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 good. Off goes this spaceship. So let me get this straight. They brought one dude over, and he didn't make it, and that was kind of it. Okay, guns down, plants out. Ah, a new meeple. Old Planiori over here. Reserved, lazy, cautious, powerful, astrophobic. God, you're just the complete package of I don't know what, but you know what? Here you go. Guard. Be a guard. We need one finally patrolling at all times. You know, overall, I'm feeling quite good about this. We've got our food storage things. Look at this social hub we have here. Bunch of mess, too. Another meeple. She-woo. Sociable. Lazy. Dominant. Strong. Genius. Janitor. Dominant meeple feels suited for leadership roles. You don't get to fucking tell me what to do. Couple things we should be preparing for. Soon, these fuel processors will be done, and we're gonna go straight to these quantum engines here. Thus, we should know what we're dealing with here. For example, fuel processor, we're gonna need Durathite and Talitha. And then for fuel tanks, we're gonna need Durathite. Oh, wow. And for the engine core, we're gonna need a shit ton of Durathite and Viscerite and Plurithite. And we're gonna have to make an injector and an igniter. So there's a lot of crap we're gonna have to make. It behooves us to start building out all that stuff. One of the common threads I'm seeing here is we're gonna need Durathite. To make one of each of these, we're gonna need 20, 40, 90, 95, 105. We're gonna need 115 Durathite. So first step is gonna be be building a ton of titanite. So of course that means buying us a lot of stellium. I'm also being told that we need more sleeping arrangements. So be it. Don't say I never did anything for you guys. Something else I'm noticing is we're having some oxygen issues here. Things can't keep up with the number of people coming and going. To combat that, I'm gonna go ahead and put another life support system in. And I'll go ahead and put it right here. So get rid of this cabling, please. Need an engineer in here now, please. There we go. Yeah, salvage that. Get that out of the way. Move it, move it, move it. How long does it take to pull up some cables, dude? Yeah, I know, I'm sad too, because there's cabling. Okay, now make that. You're right there. There you, yeah. Ah, a new meeple. Vaj. Forthcoming, distracted, bashful, strong, violent. Well, I was gonna make you a guard, but because you're violent, we're just gonna go ahead and, yeah, you're a refiner now. So right now the O2 hanging out in a lot of these rooms is approaching not a great place. But now that we have another one of these life support things, it looks like, trying to figure out what to do about this sudden O2 problem we have. Let's put a couple more in this little room up here. We'll put 2 up there and see how that works. Fuel processors continue to look great. Now that they're there, I gotta get them powered, which I believe means I can just run cable. So I'm gonna run cable on this spot here and this spot here, and then just like that. Yeah, the cable wraps around the ladder there. Now he's making the little pieces of the cable. There's still one piece. There we go. Ah, perfect, perfect. There they go. They're nice and powered now. And they look so clean. You know, O2's still not doing great, and I don't know why. Let's build another one. Let's put it right here in the corner. Seems like a good place for some life support, right? The thing is supposed to favor whatever room it's in, but it should circulate through the rest of the ship. Hopefully doing this right here will actually help, although now I have to run cable to it, which is gonna look real good. Thankfully, we can just connect it right here. I'm gonna make another refinery too, so that hopefully we can speed up production here. So to do that, we're gonna need one of these guys. We're gonna need 1 laserite. So first let's make 1 durithite and 1 crowlite. Set those as priorities, so he'll make those first. Meanwhile, let's run our cable like that. Can we put a bulkhead in the same spot? Let's find out. We gotta wait for him to finish building all this crap. A new meeple arrived. Grazel, you sound oddly familiar. Is your brother Grizzle? Forthcoming, slovenly, steady, weak, violent. Well, all you violent people, I swear. Let's just make you an engineer. Running out of positions for all you people. There we go. So they finally figured out their stuff. They finally figured out how to deal with their cable management issues here. Now the question is, can we put a bulkhead right here? The answer is no. Oh God, what have I done? But oxygen seems good again. And we have another meeple. Flawish. Flawish is gonna be flawless. Gregarious, steadfast, guard. Yeah guys, yuck it up over there. Talk about how happy you are to be officers. Meanwhile, gonna build some future officer quarters here. Beautiful comfort. Time to build our 1 laserite that we're gonna need to make our new research station. Priority that, please. God, look at that. 421, 422. Things are just looking up. Look at those beautiful rooms. Let's see, and bulkhead, bulkhead, bulkhead. It's like crappy dorms. Now that I've got a taste for putting beds in weird ways, go ahead and aim me that way, and then you get to be up against, God, another meeple. Lohio, reserved, steadfast, confident, weak, lethargic. Does space just do something to you people? How about a botanist? Help out with that. So it looked like the life support really did the job. Everything seems back to normal. The O2 is back to 100%. Also gonna need another storage container here. Let's do 2 storage containers. Like how this officer's back here just like, yep, this is where the juniors live. Check it out, fuel processors are done. It's time. Research quantum engines. Oh, check it out. Now I can make fuel pipe. I can make fuel processors. I can make fuel tanks. Very exciting. Let's put our second refinery right here. That'll be great. Look at that. Look at that. He made all that titanite just for us. And of course, we're gonna need that because we need as much durithite as humanly possible here. Get to work. Ah, crap. That's right. This thing needs to be powered. Oh, God. It's gonna look so ugly. I think I'm gonna probably regret this, but I guess we're just gonna open up a wall right here. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but I just stare at it and I'm like, what have I done? Put some wiring right there, and now it's powered. Ah, and a new meeple just in time. We're gonna need someone new, especially someone named Uvoe. Reserve, focus, bashful, fits. It all sounds good. We need you to be a refiner, thank you. Oh yeah, going lots faster with 2 of these. Go ahead and keep upping the amount. In addition to durithite, we're gonna need a lot of dilithia and viscerite. Thankfully, dilithia is really easy to make. Viscerite, on the other hand, is not so easy to make. So we gotta get started on making stuff like Gelia, so I'll go ahead and add Gelia to the mix here. I might be glossing over some of it, but in the process of trying to make all these things that we're gonna need, when spaceships come through, I am buying some of the base level ingredients, like stellium and brothite, just to speed up the process. Same with stuff like morlite, I'll buy that usually. Can you believe this? We have 28 meeples. Let's get these beds ready over here. All right, Shogogia, listen up. I know that that you aren't a big fan of being a miner, so we're gonna make you a refiner, and I think it's all gonna go okay. And while we're at it, I don't know if we need 3 engineers anymore, so let's take the least happy engineer, see if he doesn't mind being a refiner, and that's Grozzle. Wow, they really like this plant food. Do you see this? These things are just empty all the time. I'm gonna have to increase production of these things down here. We'll go ahead and put 4 more down there. Look how great this looks. We have 2 dudes here working on the refinery. Go up a level, we have 2 more guys here. They seem to not be friends and want to stay as far away from each other as possible. But you know what? It's not up to me how they live. It's just the fact that they do it. Gelia's getting made. Let's put in an order for some Talitha. Let's also put in an order for some laserite. This is, of course, all in the service of trying to have things ready for when the warp drive can finally happen. That is still researching and will take a while. I also want to point out that if we zoom out here, we have mined. You know, it's funny. I thought we had mined everything, but then I went up several layers and there's a whole bunch more stuff we can mine. So that's good because our miners have something to do. Just go ahead and have them mine all of that. Yeah. I'm also going to build another layer up here. Let me get out my ladder here. I'm going to build another layer right there. And for the moment anyway, we're going to use it for storage. Look how happy those botanists are, huh? Making food. It's going to be great. Oh, wow. Look at this stuff. This looks exciting. Glublia. Wow, we went through all of our Titanites, so we got to make more. Let's put our first box. That's going to go up there. Build it. Looking great. Okay, so it's clear that this is going to take a while to make the quantum engine, as well as getting all the minerals together to make it. So we're going to take that next time, and we will finally get this space station moving. That's going to do it for this episode of Let's Game It Out. As always, I am Josh. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.